tonight. Prices of goods and services soar amidst COVID-19. Also tonight, Versa Fisheries joins list of donors to the needy. Good evening. Thank you for joining us. I am Ogochkuka Ona. Nigeria has recorded 238 new cases of COVID-19, bringing the country's total number of confirmed cases of the infection to 2,170. According to the Nigeria Center for Disease Control, NCDC, at about 11 o'clock on Friday, of the new cases, 92 are in Kano, 36 FCT, 30 in Lagos, while 16 are in Gombe. 10 were recorded in Bauchi, Delta 8, Oyo 6, Zamfara, and Sokoto 5 each, 4 each in Ondo and Nasarawa, while Kwara, Edo, Ekiti, Borno, Yobe recorded 3 each. Adamawa has 2, Imo, Ebonyi, Rivers, and Enugu have 1 each. With this development, the NCDC reports that 351 persons have been discharged, while 68 deaths have been recorded so far. And with the latest 3 cases of COVID-19 in Edo State released by NCDC, the state now has 46 confirmed cases of the virus. Out of this figure, there are 31 active cases, 10 discharged, while 3 deaths have been recorded. Meanwhile, it's been business as usual in some parts of Benin metropolis, as some residents seem to have thrown caution to the wind despite the rising cases of COVID-19 in the state. Elizabeth Omoko, who was in town, and now reports the general situation in the metropolis and adjoining communities.
Following the directive by government for the closure of business activities for non-essential traders, the need to observe social distancing and the compulsory use of face masks outside the home, the development seems not to have been taken with the seriousness it deserves 3 weeks after the order. At some temporary markets visited in Egba and Uselu, the law enforcement agents were seen ensuring that traders are masked, but the crowd was left unattended to. Some shops were under lock and keys, while some were open for business. At the parks, nothing seems to be happening, as some operators who ply interstate journeys have resorted to intrastates. While some adjoining streets remain shadows of themselves, others recorded beehive of activities as precautionary measures are not in existence. However, the situation at Iguamo and adjoining community in Uwande seems to be different, as few residents seen have knowledge of the measures put in place by government to curb the spread of the novel virus.
This on market women is a little bit difficult, but we, the enforcer, we are still trying our best, just the way the governor said it. We will also say to the state government that it should empower us more.
We know where we see money, all door block. We don't see money. The state government is bring money for us. It be rice. It be domi. We don't see anyone. Now hungry with this so. Now I don't old. I know the feed do anything.
Well, the other state say we no open. They big government. Even when policemen come here, they lock the shop. They are big government. But after 2 weeks or 3 weeks, they will still at home and they still hungry. They have kids. They have people feeding. You know, so they have no food, so they will come and come for daily bread now.
No passengers, and this time we carry 9 passengers, and we give them distance. They stay 2 inside the vehicle, 1 for front. So this time we are really in stress.
We play Isha route, and the turnout is very low. Everything so critical for us to do now. There is no work, no passenger. If you carry go, you cannot say anything to carry come back.
The government say, we are at home. Sitting down at home, we discover not where they say maybe they use. Everybody have been using it. But people have been saying hungry. No money, no food.
One thing that has remained constant in the list of the residents was the need for government to extend the palliative measures to more residents to help ameliorate the suffering set in by the pandemic. In Benin, Elizabeth Omako, NC News.
In the same vein, there is low compliance to the presidential order restricting interstate movement as a way of containing the novel coronavirus. Victor Odion Acha, who was at the boundary between Edo and Kogi states in Opela, reports that normal interstate movement of vehicles is going on as the drivers claim ignorance of the commencement date.
This is the boundary between Edo and Kogi State by Okene Opela Axis. The boundary is porous. There's no security operatives on ground at either the Okogi Axis or Edo State Axis to check the interstate vehicular movement and ensure full compliance of the restriction of interstate movement order of the president.
President Muhammadu Buhari, in his last broadcast on the containment of COVID-19, ordered an immediate interstate restriction of movement till further notice, except for vehicles conveying essential goods and workers. Few days after the broadcast, the high-level compliance expected, at least on a major road like the Benin Auchi Okene Abuja Highway, is basically non-existent, as travelers are having a free movement without restriction. Apart from entry and exit, some of the vehicles are overloaded without considering the order of 60% carrying capacity to enable social distancing. This 18-seater bus from Kebbi State carries 25 passengers.
That is not much for in the seat that I carry. I know here what did happen, but Buhari say make everybody just come down, make it a lockdown.
We must not stay at home like that. Now somebody must eat.
Your passengers, they don't wear face masks. Why?
They don't sit by. They be walk by. They don't sit by.
I'm from Okene.
Going to where?
Going to Auchi.
So are you not aware of interstate restriction of movement?
Yeah, you're aware.
So why are you not going to Auchi?
I don't know. Na food, na hunger, they make us the enter road.
Meanwhile, Edo State government has deployed health officials to the military checkpoint near the boundary to screen every passenger coming into the state with a standby ambulance. This is a compulsory task by the officials, but some drivers try to beat the process.
So far so good, very fine. We have not detected any case. When the temperature is high and the person is coughing and there is fever and there is difficulty in breathing, we have a line, free line that will call. Then they will we have ambulance nearby that will take the person to Europe for the test.
It is not known how soon the relevant agencies will enforce the presidential directive. Victor Odion Acha, NTA News.
And new measures have been added to the existing ones at the boundary between Edo and Delta states in Ogun and Alifekede. Here is a situation report.
With the coronavirus pandemic, this year's celebration is devoid of the usual activities. Governor Basaki at the meeting lauded Labour for creating the
Sincere apologies for that mix-up. We now take a break. We'll bring you that report when we return. Please stay.
As the world marks Workers' Day, I salute all Edo workers working tirelessly to build a state that we can be proud of through their meaningful services and sacrifices. Although these are trying times for us all, I want to reiterate that despite dwindling economic fortunes caused by the COVID-19 pandemic, my administration remains resolute in our commitment to the welfare of workers in Edo State. This is why I have ensured that the payment of all workers and pensioners are as when due. My administration has continued to provide in-service training, life insurance, and special
To everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under heaven. I want to thank the Lord for our wonderful state, Edo State. Amidst all the states in Nigeria, this is a very special state to me. I want to lend my voice to the state of His Excellency and the executive in this government about the need for everyone hearing the sound of my voice to truly take heed. If you look around the whole world right now, there's a lot going on. There's a global pandemic, very serious. My beloved, this is an emergency. You know, we should know that the powers that be are of God. God is the one that governs the state through the people He has elected and ordained. And when we listen to them, we're listening to God. There's a dire need at this time for you to take heed, so to be well with you. All we have been hearing about this terrible, terrible disease called COVID-19 is real. Every instruction that you have heard, you need to take heed and make it good for your lives.
Coronavirus special message by a caring individual, Engineer Chris Ugimui, FNSE, JP. As Nigerians battle with the coronavirus pandemic, it is necessary for us all to adhere strictly to the guidelines recommended by the federal government of Nigeria and World Health Organization so as to stop the spread of the disease. Stay at home except you are an essential worker. Maintain the social distancing rules. Always wear face masks whenever you want to leave your house. Always cover your mouth and nose with tissue paper whenever you want to sneeze or cough. You can use your elbow when tissue paper or handkerchief is not available. Throw away used tissue paper in the waste bin immediately. Wash your hands with soap and running water and use alcohol-based hand sanitizer regularly. Report any person with symptoms of the disease to authorities concerned. Stay at home. COVID-19 is real. This message is brought to you by an individual with a caring heart. Engineer Chris Ogimoi, FNSE, JP.
Good day, fellow Nigerians. I am sure we are all aware of the current pandemic called coronavirus facing Nigeria and the world. Many lives have gone, many are on hospital beds across the country fighting for their lives. Like they say, the ailment doesn't spread itself, but humans spread it. Please try to follow the guidelines given to stay safe. Stay home if necessary, wash our hands regularly with soap and running water. If there is none around, always make use of a sanitizer. If you have any reason to go out, please use a face mask and ensure you avoid touching your nose, eyes, and mouth with unclean hands. I use this medium also to call on Nigerians to help those who are in need with food items and other relevant items this period. No matter how small you think it is, your neighbor may need it. Save his soul today by giving. Thank you all as we join hands to fight this disease. God bless you all. This message is brought to you by Zico Petroleum and Marketing Company, producers of Zico Oil and Zafid Royal Hotels.
Next time you visit the ancient city of Benin, two things will excite you: the warmth and welcome of its people, and of course, the class and style of its hospitality business. Randeki Gold, home of hospitality like no other, located in one of the most serene environments in the ancient city, truly classy and exquisite with world-class facilities, fully equipped digital multipurpose hall with life-size, ultra-high definition LED screen, 180 square meters king-size swimming pool with bubble bath, enough to leave you breathless. The exotic Ariel's Bistro and Grill Restaurant with variety of continental dishes, especially some of the rarest delicacies you can find in town. Fact is, a visit will truly convince you that we are gold. Randeki Gold is the gold wing of the prestigious Randeki Royal Hotel at 6 Henry Street off Ihama and Boundary Roads, GRA Benin City. www.randekihotels.com. Randeki Gold. Our hospitality is gold.
Thank you for staying tuned. We now return to our earlier report where we told you that new measures have been added to the existing ones at the boundary between Edo and Delta states in Ogan and Alifekede.
The Delta State is ensuring that it stops unwarranted travels into the state and have security operatives to enforce compliance on the interstate movement restrictions announced by the federal government. The enforcement at the Delta end of the boundary is witnessing a lot of travelers, especially trucks conveying essential items. They are allowed access after the washing of hands and temperature checking routines. Same goes with those on essential duties like newsmen and doctors. Those whose excuse for being on the road are not taken by the operatives are made to return to where they are coming from. Overloaded vehicles and those who flout the compulsory use of face masks were punished. The same treatment is given to those who beat all checks by finding their way through the bush. At the side leading to Edo, there is a screening center attending to travelers before they can proceed on their journey.
Here, average of about 500 persons on daily basis. So far, we have not seen any suspected cases.
New nationwide measures were introduced by the federal government, with state governments activating state-level measures to slow down the spread of COVID-19. One of the measures is the partial and controlled interstate movement of goods and services, and of course, state governments directed to adopt and expand guidelines based on their unique circumstances, provided they maintain alignment with the guidelines by the federal government.
And Governor Godwin Obaseki is satisfied with the partnership between his administration and the University of Benin Teaching Hospital, saying it has, among others, resulted in the repositioning of an 8-bed isolation facility and a molecular biology diagnostic laboratory to address COVID-19 issues in the state. The governor gave his impression after inspecting the health facilities in Benin City. Gloke Naini has details.
Having undertaken a guided tour of the facilities in UBTH led by the Chief Medical Director, Professor Darlington Obaseki, the governor observed that the state is fortunate to have 3 federal government medical institutions which have been instrumental in the fight against coronavirus. He is optimistic that the laboratory will begin full operation in the coming week.
We are very, very glad that we have this partnership with the University of Benin Teaching Hospital. I'm hoping that in another fortnight we'll take you to another lab, another PCR lab, which is being currently installed and will be ready also for commissioning.
Chief Medical Director of UBTH is happy with the leadership style of the governor in the fight against the dreaded disease.
Times like this, you need your best hands, you need your best brains, you need your best resources, you need your best manpower, and you have done that. Everybody's on board. Everybody have anything useful to contribute and on board, and we can assure you that with the way we are going, Edo State will definitely surmount this crisis.
The governor also inspected facilities, drug and medical equipment at the Central Medical Store. The assessment is expected to help the government undertake full audit of donations and gifts for accountability and transparency. In Benin, Goodluck Inaini, NT News.
As part of efforts to cushion the effects of COVID-19 pandemic, which has resulted to unprecedented hardship, the Chief Executive of Vesa Fisheries and the wife of the ESL of Benin, Mrs. Vero Igbe, has presented over 3,010 kg bags of rice and 1,000 grams of scaled fish to families in Sapomba and its environs in Ikpobalka local government area. Philomena Gbabo was there.
Hundreds of women, traders, and the vulnerable were anxious to receive the items. However, security men on ground ensured that social distancing was observed. The chief executive of Vesa Fisheries, Mrs. Igbe, said it is a way to give back to the society as COVID-19 pandemic has occasioned all to obey the stay-at-home order.
People are not working. There are so many daily workers we have in town. They are not working. So I just want to give them rice and fish to help the needy. Not everybody can boast of 500 naira now. Their family cannot eat because most of them are daily paid. So that's why I'm doing this. I advise them, this money we have, nobody is taking it away. If you have opportunity to help the needy, please do so.
The husband, the ESL of Benin, Chief Sam Igbe, enjoined other well-meaning Nigerians who have not done so to reach out to more Nigerians.
Same reason everybody wants to do it. The whole of Nigeria for a change. everybody wants to help. And it's such a good thing. And how can we be left behind? So she decided she also wants to help.
If more people in Edo will do something like this, then at least we will know that the palliative is having some kind of effect. I hope that this will set some kind of example for other people. We want to thank her very much, and we pray that God will continue to replenish her pockets.
Some of the beneficiaries prayed for the donor and her family.
See the rice, see the fish, or 2 fish, the big one. Now give us, so God will bless her in Jesus' name.
Mother, the past mother, vessel on a different one. He go last long. God will bless her.
God will bless Mama for us. As you take give us this one, you know go lack in Jesus' name. Anywhere children they God help her go they locate them in Jesus' name.
He share for us because of this COVID-19 when they go on so. As we locked up, we know they open our business. Now it did me fit. May take give children this fish and rice. God go bless her.
Igbe, God go bless her. God go provide for her. In generation we never run dry.
Vessel Fisheries is situated at number 118 along Sopomba Road, Benin City. In Benin, Philomena Ogbebo, NTA News.
And a bag of good quality Nigerian rice that pre-coronavirus era was 14,500 naira is now 22,000 naira in the market, while Gari moves from 400 naira to 700 naira per Congo, almost double the former prices. Angolo Okolo interacted with an economist, Michael Chijuka, in the University of Benin to get an economic perspective to the rising prices of goods and services.
It has now become a fact that prices of goods have skyrocketed, including commodities like rice, beans and tomatoes. The first impression I got as a customer haggling with a seller at Uselu Market was that she was just adding up her prices to make extra gain. But apparently, these commodities are also being sold to them at higher rates.
We dey sell 200, what did they buy 200 now before? We dey sell 300.
The bag we used to buy is 6,000, but now it's not 10,000 naira.
Rice, the better one with the bag 40,500 before. Now na 24,000 now for Nigeria.
This one with the buy the carton now 22,000. Before we dey buy 17,000. So if we not sell at 500, 600, we no go sell our money.
As the coronavirus pandemic has affected virtually all sectors of the economy, even leading to a huge drop in crude oil, which can affect production and manufacturing costs. For Mr. Michael, the high prices of commodities are bound to happen.
About 2/3 of production from crude oil is consumed, with respect to transportation. Most commodities that are consumed within a particular location is not even produced there. They go to other states to bring them down. The coronavirus has brought about a negative return to scale to most, production in every economy.
He says that the situation of low supply of commodities caused by precautions like closed borders and a high demand for food this period of self-isolation has also added to the increase in prices.
You now have enough money or plenty of money chasing few goods. And when that happens, the customers, even you as the seller, will notice that there is something very unique about your product this period. There is high tendency that you just increase the price, and that has a ripple effect on the economy generally.
For the experts, with a forecast of further drop in oil, higher prices are in view. In Benin, Angolo Okolo, NTA News.
It's time for another break. Please stay with us.
To everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under heaven. I want to thank the Lord for our wonderful state, Edo State. Amidst all the states in Nigeria, this is a very special state to me. I want to lend my voice to the state of His Excellency and the executive in this government about the need for everyone hearing the sound of my voice to truly take heed. If you look around the whole world right now, there's a lot going on. There's a global pandemic, very serious. My beloved, this is an emergency. You know, we should know that the powers that be of God. God is the one that governs the state through the people he has elected and ordained. And when we listen to them, we're listening to God. There's a dire need at this time for you to take heed, so to be well with you. All we have been hearing about this terrible, terrible disease called COVID-19 is real. Every instruction that you have heard, you need to take heed and make it good for your lives.
Signature Hotel, please until Signature Hotel, our place of hospitality in the heart of Benin City. Please until
Pleasant Hill Signature Hotel, a place of hospitality in the heart of Benin City, located at 134 Akpakpavo Road, Benin City, Edo State, or call 0528 40557 or 081 36 3908.
Please until Signature Hotel. Please until Signature Hotel, our place of hospitality.
Improved household hygiene is essential to keep your family safe. Did you know that the sodium hypochlorite, the active ingredient in hypo bleach, is equipped to fight viruses and germs? Add some bleach to water, soak a clean napkin in diluted bleach and wipe off germs from common contact surfaces. Wipe off with hypo. Disinfect your home with hypo bleach always.
Endorsed by the Nigerian Medical Association.
Ogbelo 2020 don't come with Ogbonge travel awufo Muyi Line, the transport company where get everybody for mind. Say comfortable traveling no suppose tear pocket o, as awu bonanza price still dey from Benin to Lagos, mine to Yanapaja Yaba and Aja for just 2,500 naira. Benin to Port Harcourt 2,000 naira plus cheap awu price. So worry Bayelsa and Niger Delta routes, including Ekpoma, Auchi and Abuja. Muyi Line executive charter cars like Toyota Corolla, Toyota Camry and Sienna dey to local and international airports and anywhere for Nigeria. Save money, enjoy safe and comfortable journey as this travel awoof day till June 30th, 2020. Muyi Line head office day 169 Oselu Lagos Road, opposite Technical Junction, Benin City. Muyi Line, friend of Nigeria students.
The Edo State Police Command has declared one Andrew, surname unknown, missing of number 1 Charity Love Center off Sapele Road, Benin City, on account of the coordinator of Charity Love Orphanage, Mr. Chris Umusi. Statement by the Police Public Relations Officer of the Command, Chidi Nwabuzo, indicates that he ran away on the 26th of April 2020 to an unknown destination and has not been found. He is 12 years old, dark in complexion, and 15 meters tall, but is dumb. Any person with useful information about his whereabouts should please report to the nearest police station or call Police Control Room on 0803 7646 272, 0803 4403 I repeat, 0803 7646 272 and 0803 4403 337. And that's the news tonight. We want to thank you for watching. Do have a very good evening.